Everyone's bustling around selling their wares. You hear people yelling, haggling down, haggling up.
Let's see.
Hmm.
So you said investigation or
perception.
Or perception. That's, let's see, investigation. Where's perception at? Persuasion, performance, perception. Oh my, they're just as shitty. When do you have one that I could help you with that's good, that's above a 1?
What do you mean?
Both my investigation and persuasion are both like 1s. Both
Persuasion?
wisdoms.
No, persuasion you can't use. It's perception.
Oh, percept.
All right, so perception.
Oh, I meant perception, not persuasion. Yeah, or investigation, but I don't have good wisdom or intelligence, so.
Okay, well, I got good investigation.
Okay, can I help when investigating?
Yeah, you can help me with my roll.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, it takes you a while, but you're able to. It actually doesn't. It doesn't take that long. I mean, you walk around, and you come across. Let's see. And you come across a stall that seems to have
we buy and sell gold here.
Yeah, it's called the. Let's see, what is it called? Oh God.
It's called Oh God or Us.
Yeah, no, it's just called Ian's silver and crystalware, and they appear to have all sorts of like old antique gold and silver porcelain and crystal sort of like knickknacks and like candelabras and things like that. Many of the artifacts you have like a golden apple, a golden rose, seem like they would fit in with a sort of things that are being
Okay. Ready to go selling? Ow! Sorry. Pinched my finger. I'm gonna guess one's ready.
Windrew. Oh my goodness.
One's muted and deafened himself. I'm not just joking.
Oh, if he had done that, I would have alt F4'd.
Oh,
right.
Press F to pay respects.
Yeah, I would have pressed F to pay respects.
When do you?
Yeah.
You ready to go sell stuff?
Sure.
Okay, when we go up to the stall.
Hello, fine gentlemen. How can I help you today?
We would like to sell some goods.
I see. And what exactly are you offering today?
When I know we had what was it, an apple, a rose, and what else?
A set of 5 small balancing weights, and also a human skull.
Be a pretty interesting thing for someone to buy in gold. Yes, you fine sir. Would you like to buy a gold-plated skull belonging to some peasant? Oh God. But we lay out our wares.
I see. And he looks at the two of you, squinting his eyes. Now, normally the sort of people that sell here, their grandmother has passed on, and they're bringing me these trinkets from her house they have no use for. But you two don't look like the grandmothery type. Where did you get these?
Adventurers.
What do you think? We're adventurers.
Oh, I see. Adventures. Well, okay. I mean, um, he picks up the golden skull. This is definitely a very strange piece. Where did you get this piece here?
The haunted mansion.
Really? You're gonna actually literally say haunted mansion?
Oh, what's the name of that mansion we went to then?
It's
You could
just
just
known
say like you
as the
found it in a
haunted. It's
freaking
just
cave
known as the
somewhere.
haunted. Any name it did have has been since lost history.
But like literally, you could just say in a cave somewhere. Like why make it complicated?
Okay,
Okay,
I'll let
you say that it was in a haunted mansion, and he says the haunted mansion outside of town. Really? I heard that they were sending adventurers there to to attempt to root out the place, but really from the haunted mansion, this is very cool. Cool if it's true. Um, yeah. How much would you be looking to sell it for?
without looking up. Well, this is out of game, of course, but without looking up the price, I don't know what those things would cost. Hmm.
We'll ballpark it then. And he says, "Wow, the haunted house has been a local legend, and have a piece of treasure that was inside, and this looks like potentially some sort of an alchemical treasure. To know that those rumors are true about an alchemical hoard. Oh my god, this would be an excellent collector's piece. To any local collector.
Let's see, what would it be? Performance for? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how much they would cost. So, what do you think? Just give them the. They can be your. I can do the sort of persuasion, or I guess it would be. Yeah, I'm guessing it would be persuasion. Wouldn't it to
I'm
be
sorry,
persuaded?
but
To
I
be
don't
like,
actually give credit. Come back when you're richer.
oh god. But I could be like, I'll let you make an offer on these. I could persuade him and
On
be
these
like, oh,
fine.
make an offer on these fine items
That's
brought
actually
from
the
the.
best way to do it anyway, because you don't actually give the weakness of, making the first step.
So
I
what do
guess,
you?
I guess I'll do that little speech I just done to sort of persuade him to, hey, we'll let you offer us a price. Just
I
make
see.
sure it's fair.
Well, the apple and the rose. I can give you 4 gold pieces for each of them. The 5 small discs. Those aren't much of a looker, but for a merchant looking for a nice set of weights, he would be willing to pay a fine price. Each of those I'd be also willing to pay 4 gold pieces. And the human skull, that's an interesting case. It is a local artifact of some significance, but it's also quite creepy and macabre, and I will get a lot of strange looks when I try and sell it. I could maybe do 15 gold pieces for that.
And with my persuasion, I didn't want to
What are you what are
interrupt you.
you what are you trying what are you trying to persuade him of?
Well, that when I was originally saying a few minutes ago, I was saying I wanted to try to persuade him to make me a good offer.
Okay, and that's the offer he gave you. Are you trying to are you you're not bartering with him because you didn't tell him a price that you'd be willing to have. So basically from what I gathered, you said that you were just telling him, oh, make me an offer, make me a good offer for these. Um, and you rolled a 27 on telling him that, you said?
That, and I was basically persuading him, make me a good offer and they could be yours, but the sort of hinting if he lowballed us that we were gone, sort of thing. The sort
Oh,
of
okay.
pushing him into
Golden
not
skulls,
too badly, but
flowers,
sort of push.
bombs, we have it all.
Oh god, one.
Okay.
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
basically giving him, the sweet talk spiel to be like, yeah, hey, give us a good offer and don't lowball us, and we'll be good to you if you're good to us.
Okay, and you rolled a 27 with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're not really trying to haggle him. You're just trying to You're just basically telling them, "Hey, buddy, give me a good price." You know, hey, okay, yeah. He
This
gives you his initial prices, as I said. Also, the what was it? The golden ribs that the skeletons had on them. He says, "Yeah, those aren't really going to sell. Those are like a bit too creepy." But he says he will still buy them from you. Uh, but he'll end up probably selling them to
them
someone
down.
to melt them down. Yeah, to melt them down into gold and for them to be reused. Um, but as he finishes giving you his prices, you sort of say to him, but these could be a real showpieces. The haunted house has just been, yeah. And he says, well.
Local history here.
Yeah, well, he's like, well, you have me there. I could maybe do 5 gold pieces each for the apple and the rose, 5 gold pieces for each of the ribs, and for a set of discs, 5 pieces for each of a disc. And the human skull, that really is the centerpiece of the collection. 20 gold is what I could do for that. I could give you 20 gold and for the human skull.
Sound pretty good to you, Win?
Hmm.
I said the
again?
5 gold for each of the items and the 20 for the skull there.
I guess even though like how much do 5 gold pieces weigh?
What do you mean weigh? You mean how much? What is their spending? I guess you could say value.
Yeah.
What is their actual? What is the actual? Not what is the not currency of a gold coin, but what is the actual value and of the gold in a gold coin? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I have no clue, but I mean,
I think I know what one's getting at is,
yeah.
Like how much
you
does
know,
the
if you,
gold
if
that
you
we are
melted the
actually
gold off of
selling
those
be?
items,
Yeah.
if you melted the gold out of those items into coins, would they get the,
So one,
amount of gold?
both of you know that it's a crime to mint your own coins. Like that's a pretty obvious
I'm not
crime.
saying that
Yeah.
we do it, but we're just saying that we're getting the same amount of gold for
Yeah. No, I'm just letting you know. And also, I would imagine that in this universe, in the universe of Greyhawk, that the currency is not like horribly inflated, and the economy is not horribly in the gutter. So I would assume that a gold coin has
A good amount of
is
value behind it.
yeah is I wouldn't say it has more value than the gold in it, but I would say it likely has exactly the value of the gold in it.
Hmm.
I would say the same with copper coins as well, and also silver coins. Copper coins might have a bit less of have a bit like they might, yeah, because copper is pretty common, so it might not be so valued, the copper in it. But yeah, but I'd say to make the economy not completely broken, yeah, a gold coin is worth exactly the gold in it.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're since this is wind and mines both, we're in agreement to that's a good selling thing. I mean, good selling price one.
It seems okay, I guess.
So 30, so 5, 25, and so 40, 55. So how much exactly is he going to owe you? He also says he'd be willing to barter and trade as well. Like if you didn't want to accept gold coins, he'd be willing to trade for one of his many items.
What are his items, just out of curiosity?
Let me tell you in just a second.
Okay.
6 skeletons. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's not correct. Okay, 85 gold pieces. It would be 85 gold pieces he would owe you.
Noise.
Let's see what wares he has. Okay. So he has like a bunch of fine pewter, like dinnerware, like plates, serving bowls and trays. Those little things that butlers pull off of plates at the dinner table. He has a large amount of pewter mugs. They all seem to be in a similar style. Like it's a massive like kitchenware set. He also has a nice amount, as I said, of like china and silverware, ornaments and various things to decorate.
Do you happen to have any mysterious-looking mugs?
Let's see.
And I know I'm not sure. My character, I'm not sure if my character would know about this, but that mug of like never-ending drink.
Oh yeah, my character actually got one of those in a previous campaign. It was pretty good, but it only produced poison wine. I think the one that I got. So it
Well,
was
that
somewhat
should be useful
crummy.
against the enemy, just like pour him a glass of poison.
Have a drink.
wine.
Exactly, ring, light instrument there. Let's see.
Can you like change what drink comes out of it, or you're just stuck on poison?
No, I'm maybe.
You can technically, but it's up to the dungeon master who gives it to decide whether it's the original one, which is like mug of. You basically say the drink, open the stopper, and it gives you the drink. But the person can do, like the DM can say, oh, it only serves this.
Yeah, that it only serves wine, or it only does this or that. Yeah.
But yeah, the book-based one can give you any drink.
No, he doesn't have that specific magical item. But he does have. Let's see.
The pipe that can blow smoke shapes. Did you?
Oh, that would be too.
OP.
No, that's not. That item's not really OP at all. Let's see what he has. What would he have? He has a. Ooh, he has some finely polished gems on a little wooden display case that you take to be elemental gems.
What did the elemental gems do?
You can roll. What would that be? Arcana. You can roll Arcana, or you can roll Arcana to see if you know. But he tells you that they're elemental gems. They seem to come in a few different colors: yellow, red, green, and also sapphire as well.
When do you know, being a wizard, would you know what they are?
Probably.
Okay, you can roll Arcana if you want, Wind, to see if you know what an elemental gem does.
And after that, I have a question.
Okay.
Or two.
Roll a question roll, Hilliard.
No, I thought you were rolling, Windrew.
Yeah, I was making a joke. Arcana. Boop.
Okay. Yeah, so you know that an elemental gem is a sort of well polished, smallish gem that can be used that contains a small amount of elemental energy inside, connected to the specific color of the gem. So, for instance, emerald, diamond, sapphire. The gems themselves don't have particular value. Like, they're nice, like any gems, but they're not the most well cut gems. But they can be used to summon. You've heard that they can be used to summon various elementals, for instance, that you can use, that people have used to
elemental wraith, you mean?
elementals as in like air elementals, water elementals, fire elementals,
Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Go planet.
like conjured elementals in the way. And in Skyrim, like the Atranax, for instance, like a water and an Atranak, and an Atranak, a fire.
Yeah, is that the one where it's like an, weird, I don't want to say imp, but weird thing that sort of floats around with fire? You had one of those as a...
Yeah, and then there's also a water one, which is basically a watery form that floats around. And
are they a one-time use thing, or?
The gem is yes, it is a one-time use. The gem is broken, is smashed on the ground, and the elemental is released like a genie somewhat.
So basically, yeah, what up and buy?
Yes, but they'll also help you as well for
Nice.
for a preset duration.
Okay, I'll ask him just out of curiosity how much one would set me back.
He said, "Well, for all the stuff you have here, I could give you 2 of them, maybe. I could give you any 2 elemental gems of your choice here."
What do you think? Get gems or just keep it and invest into house? Well,
I wonder if that's
cool,
because,
but
remember where
Oh, and I should also note as well that he also has, besides all this more standard sort of like pewter and silverware he does have like mugs and like drinking horns and stuff like that that are like finely engraved, that are more decorative.
Does he also have any gems?
Warriors would have.
Does he also have any gems in the shape of animals by chance?
Sure. Let's say he does. He has a lot of them in the shape of cats. And he says, "Oh,
Not
a lot
the-
of
Not
a
the
lot
ones.
of
Oh, sorry.
What?
I was going to say not the ones I'm probably thinking of that you can use the summon and then they recharge, though. Which I think are pretty powerful.
I've not heard of those before."
Yeah, sorry. That's what I was looking for. Was in the D&D book. I always thought they were interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, if you know the name of it, let me know, and I'll see if he has them. Let's see. Is it a...
Let's see. Gem summon animal. Like one of them's like a raven, I think. And then one's like a goat. One is like 3 little goats stacked on top of each other. Ah, damn it.
Let's see.
Dungeons
Raven...
and Dragons summoning gem goats.
Swarm of ravens.
Dang it, if I only had my books beside me.
An icon of Ravenloft. Goat. Oh, I see. A wondrous power, statuette of a beast small enough to... Okay. Okay, so you can summon... Okay, so no, this one, no. He doesn't have that. That's like a wondrous item. He seems to only have common and uncommon items. He doesn't seem to have any like
Wondrous.
particularly fancy, wondrous or like fabulous or like items that like God himself forged this item. No,
Well,
he seems to have pretty basic things that like relatively good wizards could make, or like artificers or talented blacksmiths.
there was also a gem that I forgot that I had in my inventory that sells from possibly too.
Okay.
But
I'll
that would
potentially
be
buy that as well from you.
where is it here? Warm blue. I have it written down as warm blue. Oh, that's warm blue crystal. Oh, there it is. Cut blue quartz, 10 gold each, and I have one of them.
Okay. Yeah, he'll also buy that as well from you.
At 10 gold.
Yeah, at exactly 10 gold for it.
Okay, so add that to the total. So we're at 95 that wouldn't be split, and a warm blue crystal orb. But I forget if the orb can be used magically or that.
An orb.
Yeah, that's what I wrote it down as a warm blue crystal orb. And oh shit, I dropped.
Orb. Well, let's see. What's the price of an orb? An orb is 20 gold pieces.
Ooh, thank God I found that.
I can focus.
But it's not magical or anything.
Yes, it is. It can be used as a spellcasting focus. So you can, so a wizard or sorcerer or warlock can channel their spellcasting through it.
I guess that could be useful for you when I'm not much of an orb person. Or when could you use a orb?
You play with your orbs every day.
Oh god.
Oh god.
An orb of rubbing. Oh
An orb of rubbing.
Anyways,
But when do you want the orb or shall we sell it?
I would probably want the orb.
Okay.
You already have a focus, don't you, Wind, as your spell book? But that doesn't mean that you can't just have this cool wizarding orb just because you're a wizard and you'd be cool. So,
I'm a wizard, Harry. Look at my orb.
yeah. So just to let you know, having this orb would mechanically it wouldn't do anything for you, but it would just be cool to have it because you're a wizard.
Yeah.
And wizards
You're a wizard, Harry.
Wizards like having orbs for some reason.
And stuff in bottles and you name it.
Yeah.
Dead stuff in
Acid.
bottles.
Acid splash.
Grab me that eye of newt.
Okay. Anyways, he says yes. Yeah, so I'd be willing to trade you two of the elemental gems, or I could just give you 95 gold pieces straight.
Do you want anything from a Stanwin before we just ask for the gold?
Well, what do they have there?
He has cups and mugs and drinking horns.
And dinnerware and cutlery.
More creature comforts or
Candelabras and candlesticks and yeah. Candle holders,
I need to ask you a
candlesticks.
basic question about the Calabra.
Yes.
Can you use it as a melee weapon?
Probably you can use it as a improvised weapon, which deals 1d4 damage.
I think I want to get one.
but nothing efficient.
I almost want to, but at the same time, I'm like,
It gives swinging from the chandelier a whole new meaning.
Swinging from the chandelier.
Swinging.
Attach a chain to it and use it as some sort of massive ball and chain.
Oh god.
No, Wynn's a wizard. He probably could not wield a weapon like that.
It's just a shame too.
Anyways, what?
I think we'll just probably go for taking gold 50-50 if possible.
So 95 divided by 2. Let's see. You each have 47 gold pieces.
47. Okay. Did you just put that in my inventory or?
No.
Okay, I just have a coincidentally 47 gold in there already, so low.
Oh, there we go. That works out. You have 47 more.
Yep. So let's see, 80. And 7 is 14. So that's...
Don't ask me any math questions.
No, I have little tricks or I try to remember little tricks like, what do you call it there, to help me do math in my head, or at least
No.
small math. But
Oh yeah, I described to my mom once the way that I would complete a math question. She was like, "You're doing it all backwards, and you're taking like 4 times the amount of time." And I was
before
like,
I was gonna say before I had a smartphone, I had a calculator watch.
"Yeah, one of those in like Casio smartwatch
Yep.
calculator." Yeah.
I just wish I had the plainer IED watch version.
Go ahead.
Well,
Going straight in the watch book. He thanks you for the sale and says that he's here every Monday selling his fine kitchenwares.
do you know by chance how to delete items that are no longer needed?
You click on
There's a little eye, but it doesn't bring up a garbage.
okay.
Oh,
You click on the unlock button and then yeah.
delete that. Delete that. I gotta clean through this later. Dandelions, that's already long done. Lilies.
So
I
would
forgot one.
you
Let's delete the lilies.
would you like to go to any other stalls here? As I said, there seem to be
Do you
stalls
see
selling
any,
all sorts of
do you
things.
see any places that have any like spell books? Yeah.
I guess since we divided our goods, maybe we split up for now, or
I guess.
what do you want to do?
Also, like, let's see. I think that Keegan actually put it into the chat, but let me check that out.
What?
Some spells in the books. I was trying to like remember what they were.
Oh, I did put
You
that
mean
in the
that
chat.
Rodden book that had the spells in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, where did I paste, what chat did I post that in? Because I do remember posting it in the chat. Oh my goodness, where was it? I'm never gonna find it.
Yeah.
Fog cloud.
Thank God I saved myself from saying that. Well, I was just about to say that's one dirty hole. I'm using Q-tip to clean out the place where my hammer, or where the hammer goes through to hit the percussion cap on my.
Well, I can just think I can tell you again because I think it even says here in the actual adventure book what the spells are inside. So, a spell. Oh wait. He would have had his book on him, so where? Oh, or is it in the laboratory? Okay, it's not the book. The Secrets of Ye Old Philosopher's Stone is one book that you should have.
And there was a book that Wynn found upstairs in the bookshelf amongst a whole bunch of falling apart, deadly mold books.
No, that book didn't turn out to have much in it, but he did find one book off of the wizard's body that actually had spells in it because the wizard was using it as a spell book.
Oh, was that the one with the danger spells?
I have no clue. Let me just see his private quarters. So what room was he in? 27. So he was in room 27. Storage camera.
With a candelabra.
That's always a candelabra.
The clue joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wait. A pipe of remembrance. Pipe of remembrance. You might have gotten your wish after all, Hilliard.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say that sounds funny because it sounds like something that you use to get high on Remembrance.
Yeah, so you have on you, Hilliard, a pipe of remembrance. You can put that in your inventory, a pipe of remembrance. You would have picked that up off his body. It's a long, delicate wooden pipe which features a bowl made out of a smooth river stone. When the pipe is lit, smoke exhaled from it does not dissipate, instead lingering around the bearer. After 10 minutes, the smoke forms moving shapes that reenact the bearer's most impressive and heroic achievements for 5 minutes.
Does it come with tobacco, or do I have to buy some?
No, you would have,
Well, then again, it would be bad after all this time so long.
yeah, probably. I mean, he had it on him and he died.
And I gotta find some pipe tobacco.
Let's see.
Or you could just put some tea leaves in there.
Mm,
I guess that splits evenly in one sense. Wynn's got his, what do you call it, pimp orb. They're bringing all the ladies to his wizard cave. And I got my, what do you call it, their marijuana pipe.
Yeah, so
I'm smoking marijuana in my yard.
so what does it say what books this spells he had on? Anyways, what is so you said you wanted to look for a spell shop, for a place that sells spell books?
I'll let Wynn do his thing first, and then I'll look for my thing next.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any shops.
Okay. Let's see the book. A small wooden table. Presents. Treatise.
The pipe of the small boy.
Okay, character makes it successful. The book contains all the spells Sandwood has prepared. Okay, so you literally have a book. I'll list you these spells. I'm not going to write them down because they are in the book here, and if you want, you can ask me about them again. And do not put these in your inventory, because just because you have his spell book does not mean you can cast his spells. You would have to spend time and money copying them into your own spell book. He has Dancing Lights, Minor Illusion, Ray of Frost as his cantrips. He also has Charm Person, Color Spray, Magic Missile, and Silent Image. He also has Magic Mouth and Scorching Ray as second level spells.
Are you going to write that down?
No, because as I said, I'm not going to write that down unless you spend time and money to copy these spells into your spell book. You don't have access to them.
That's the plan, though, of course.
Okay, well, once you start copying them over, then we can start adding them in. I'll start adding them in. But anyways, you should just write down that you have the wizard's spell book. If conversely, if you don't want those spells, or if you find that some of them are redundant, then you can always try and sell a spell book. But roll a perception or investigation to see if you can come across the stall you're looking for at the busy market.
Stop. Oh no. Of course. What the flying? Okay, let's find out what that is all about.
Where would the food be under read? I'll look for them, but oh yeah, I'm having a tasty treat from the Dutch store.
What is that?
Wilhelmina's mints.
Nice.
I love the mints, and I always make sure to get some when I go there. Because by the next time I'm there, I'm usually finished my last bunch of mints.
Alright, let me do the investigation roll while I'm thinking about it.
And I can agree with what it says on the package, royal quality. They're really good mints. They're like not overly sugary, but they're not too minty. They're just the right amount of everything, I guess you could say. Unlike dollar mints, which try to kill you.
The market is pretty busy, and there are many more common wares, but you can't seem to come across. You don't seem to find your way to any place selling spell books. Even though you hear reference from even though when you ask some locals who'd say that there is supposedly a man here who sells spell books, you can't seem to come across it as you sort of get lost in the massive throngs.
Did I see anything interesting in general?
Let's see. Yeah, you find a
Busty's Bazaar. I don't know.
Busty's Bazaar. No. You find a. Sure, why not? You find a. Now I have to open up the map because this is. Okay. What would that place be called?
Dried fish. Sorry, dried fish and more dried fish.
So, let's see. Okay, so you find a store where the guy's yelling, "Rare and exotic fighting swords, Selawesi, rare and exotic Selawesi fighting swords, a traditional weapon of the ancient people."
That sounds interesting.
And do you approach this?
Sure, I'll approach to see what he's got.
Okay, is Wind? Are you
Approaching one.
are you approaching as well, Wind?
Sure.
Okay. He says, "Rare and exotic Sulawesi swords, ancient people. Some say that they were the most evil race, some the most benevolent." And as you step forward, you notice that the swords aren't really swords. There's more like an assortment of weapons, from hammers to javelins to spears to scimitars to even morning stars. But they're more like those weird sort of like gladiator swords that strap onto your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're sort of like a metal. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like a metal gauntlet that sheaths over your hand, and there's a weapon attached to the end.
GG.
Rare and exotic weapons. Get them now. Supplies won't last. My supplier in. My supplier in the Sea of Dust only has a limited quantity, and for new locals, he's willing to sell them cheap. Get them now.
Willing to, what do you call it? They steal all your money. GG.
He comes up, "Hello, gentlemen. You look like you're interested in my rare Sulawesi fighting swords. You do know that they're an ancient and special weapon of the secretive people, one of the founding races of Greyhawk."
I just heard Ryan say what?
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 Ryan be like, what?
You look like a discerning fighter, sir. And as he looks you up, Hilliard, you look like the man who could use a fine arm blade. And he picks up one off the table. That the gauntlet part of it is completely covered in spikes, and there's like a ball and chain morning star coming off the end of this blade.
Oh
And
god.
he sort of hooks it on his hand and starts twirling it around. "This weapon, sir, really, with this, you'll be undefeatable. Bandit kings, knights, emperors, sorcerers. These weapons have been used across the realm. The most dangerous, the most infamous, and the most heroic men have wielded them, because Sulawesi craftsmanship is undisputed."
Cool. But what do you call it? There, I was more hoping that he would have katanas, but
So you just say to him, "Lol."
no, I don't say lol.
I mean, and what do you say to him?
I ask him if he has any katanas.
Yeah, he goes over to his table and starts piecing over. Yeah, starts like piecing over the various pieces he has, and he picks one up. It looks like a katana, but it's similar in that it has like that that arm blade, and then it's like a sort of strap on to your arm.
That sounds gay when you call it
Arm blade thing.
Strap on, fight with your crutch as an extra sword.
That would probably scare someone.
It's sort of like those. It's sort of like those. It's sort of like those Indian weapons, if you know the ones I mean, and it's like a dagger that's like sort of sheaths onto your arm. Yeah, but he has one of these that's basically an katana.
I'm not sure if I can ask the damage before considering buying. Probably not as good as my regular.
Okay, you ask him on what the damage is. Well, the damage to your pockets would be, well, the prices on my various weapons vary. Some of the more finer pieces are more expensive, and some of the more menacing pieces. But I also have cheaper pieces as well for someone who doesn't have as much coin.
I guess I should have said what he called there to you, Keegan, and not him. But well,
Well, that would be metagaming. So
so I'd have to buy it to find out how good it is. Basically, GG.
You'd have to do knowledge checks. And
I
stuff.
mean, having a look at these weapons, you can roll. I mean,
I guess I could roll what do you call it there, something to inspect.
yeah, I'm gonna say you can roll. You can roll investigation, but I'm gonna say because you're a warrior, you do know a good sword from a bad sword. And looking at these, they
I
don't
heard
appear
sort of,
they don't appear bad, but they do. They don't appear to be bad swords, but they do seem to be like tourist traps, sort of like tourist trappy, like.
I'll take a gander, but probably gonna guess it's yeah.
All right, at
Like,
the
you have to
moment,
feel
I'm
like
gonna
you-
just be looking for knives or like knife gauntlet
Okay.
things.
Oh, it'll only take me 10 seconds there, one.
No, I'm saying
Okay,
like here. I'm like
yeah,
looking here.
as you investigate up and down the sword, and as I said, it seems like it's not poorly made, but it's extremely generic, and it's also very tourist trappy. Like, the things are like, it's sort of like bolted together. It's not like the guy saying, ancient weapons from an ancient race. Like, you don't think that these were like dug out of a site. You think these were manufactured in some sort of warehouse or
Child
something.
labor warehouse.
Yeah. On what I said, these don't. The weapon itself doesn't appear to be any worse off than an equivalent weapon. It just doesn't seem to.
Best of the best.
Be the best made. But because they
Like I was gonna say, it's like when I had my claymore that I bought that was a replica of, like a Jacobite uprising one, but it's made in India, so
Yeah.
it's shitty.
And as you are inspecting this one of them, it appears to just have a small iron tip at the end of the blade. But as you push a button on the forearm, an entire lance and it folds out. Like this massive cavalry lance folds out.
When the wind hussars are.
As you're poking them over, you also find ones that you push it and when a weapon curls out. There's also one where you push it, and when a detachable javelin
Oh god,
and extends out, which you can then throw.
this sounds like a real novelty shop.
But he's like, yes, sir. Yes, these are excellently made, and they're great. They're extremely useful in any combat, sir.
Okay, I'll let Win talk to him there while I sort of make
Try not to buy something.
while I pretend I'm not looking, but I'm not actually interested whatsoever.
Okay, what are you interested? What you said you were looking for some sort of dagger, One Wind?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for maybe a sword shield hybrid type of thing.
A shield. He doesn't have any shield arm blades, but he does have one that's he does have daggers, short swords, long swords,
Assassin's Creed gauntlet, maybe.
great swords. He even has you push a button on one hilliard, and this massive Y-hander folds out, and you're like, how could you wield this thing one-handed? hooked to your arm. It seems so impractical. But there's also something that's like somewhat also impressive about it as well, like the way that the spring-loaded thing folds out. It's like, oh, yeah.
But not my thing.
Would you like to purchase one, Winter?
Maybe. Let first, I'm trying to like see about something first.
When wants the Swyhander?
Yeah.
As you're flipping over the longsword arm blade, he says, "Sir, that longsword, that's a classic weapon. It's used by knights, kings, anyone looking to save a damsel in distress. It's a classic weapon, and when for good reason too. It's deadly on the battlefield, but in this ancient Sulawesi configuration, as this ancient people used it in battle, it was even more deadly. They slaughtered hordes of demons and other races in the elder time.
Many genocides are committed with this.
Yes, in the when the war between the two great races, it was said that a Sulawesi captain wielded one of these and single-handedly beheaded thousands of Baclonish warriors during a great battle. But he says this could be yours for only 60 gold pieces.
GG, so you gonna buy one?
Internal laugh. There increases.
Just let me know when you're done because I'll probably go from this stand.
As you're looking at one of the smaller dagger arm blades, he says, well, a man like yourself, sir, you don't look like a man to wear heavy armor. A dagger might be more for you. This dagger arm blade is certainly one of our cheaper options. It's only 8 gold pieces.
Actually, it makes some more sense compared. So, how does it work, Keegan, in this particular case?
He fits it on his hand and sort of demonstrates to you that inside the glove, there's like a spring-loaded thing that you pull down on, and then this dagger, and then this spring-loaded dagger pops out. You notice that this one is particularly concealable.
So is it it's a gauntlet and but at the same time you can make it where it slips out a blade?
And it's like an Assassin's Creed dagger would.
Yeah.
Basically, it's an Assassin's Creed dagger.
Okay, this is my style right there. Especially because I've been shanked and I shall shank now.
Okay. He says, "I see that you're particularly interested in this model. Can I package it up for you?"
When wants to get a shank on
today.
4 gold pieces, you said, sir?
Yes.
I see. Well, normally the price is 8 gold pieces, sir. But I might be flexible. You'll have to make a persuasion roll in an attempt to barter him down to exactly half of the weapon's price. Now, sir, you're really lowballing me there. Really, these are ancient weapons, sir.
You're making my balls hurt.
These are ancient weapons, sir.
You're busting my balls here.
Really, 8 gold pieces is an incredible price for such ancient and unique weapons. The perils I went through just to get them out of the
child labor camp,
out of the actual factory,
out of the sea of dust in here. My goodness, sir, I crossed mountains. I journeyed through swamps and great plains with these ancient artifacts to bring them to this town today. 8 gold pieces is my final offer, but as you're trying it on, he says, "And think of the potential, sir. about dual wielding these, and then he says, imagine having a dagger on each hand, and
How about
you
this?
think it would
How
be
about
somewhat
two for
impractical.
$8 gold pieces.
He says, sir, I could give you maybe a discount for for 15 gold pieces. I could sell you 2 of them
Oh, there's my trigger.
for only 15 gold pieces, sir.
Remember the wand? I mean, not the wand shop, the staff shop. When
Okay, here we go. Here's the sort of here's the weapon that I was thinking of. Here's a picture of it. I'll post. It took me a while to find the right.
let's see.
Where'd you post it?
It's posting in the DND.
Oh dear God.
Shit.
It's like a weapon like that. Like it completely nullifies any hope of using your hand for anything besides a weapon.
Though that does like prevent you from being disarmed.
Yes, and that's exactly the benefit of this sort of weapon. You hit the nail right on the head.
Here, can I cut your pizza?
And also, like, you know, you're less likely to be cut an arm because of that metal piece around it. So
Yes,
also,
exactly. I would, if you were wielding one of these, I would say as a DM, if you had to make a roll against any sort of injury roll, yes, it would be less likely your arm would be taken off if you had that extra level of protection. So can I?
I almost kind of think that might be a good idea. Almost. Just like
can I interest you in these 2 fine Sulawesi fighting daggers, sir?
So what do you think?
2 no,
Like
1
outside,
maybe.
1 maybe.
Imagine it, sir.
But it's up
Legions
to
of followers chanting your name on the city of Greyhawk, as you're known as the most infamous and heroic man across the land.
that weird guy.
You're famous.
Nigel
Weapon.
Thornberry, Knife Man.
Exactly.
Nigel Thornberry, the guy with a pizza cutter for a hand.
Exactly, sir. Imagine legions of people chanting your name, Nigel Thornberry, as you're remembered for all time for your heroics, wielding this masterful weapon.
That actually sounds like good advertisement for you.
Yes, sir. And
yes, like,
And that advertisement would cost.
And let's see, like, did he ever give his name, by the way?
Pete.
So Pete, the one who actually gave, like, Nigel Thornberry his actual great start. Yes.
Yes, sir. I assume that you are some sort of an aspiring adventurer, sir. I would be honored if you used my humble but ancient weapons in your adventures and became known as a great warrior, a beast slayer, even wielding my fine wares. I'd be truly humbled, sir.
Well, like, one thing, for example, if we just had a future, like.
But I would not be humbled for less than $15, sir.
$15. Okay.
Are you willing to pay that, sir?
Well,
It truly is an astounding price for these ancient weapons. I can't speak about
only
the.
if you actually drop any actual flattery about these weapons and tell me straight up what they are, and that's it.
Okay. No, as you say that, he sort of stiffens up a bit and says, "Yes, sir." So, as I said, these are. I don't know about the prominence of each individual weapon, since I got these as a lot, as I said, from one of my friends in the Sea of Dust, who works collecting ancient Sulawesi relics. So, as I said, I can't speak to the prominence of each weapon. Your 2 weapons here could have been wielded by a lowly Sulawesi soldier. they could have not been wielded at all, or they could have been wielded by the greatest warrior mages of the past and with decades past. When he says, "No, sir, I don't mean to flatter you by saying this to you, sir, but I'm trying to keep you realistic about the prominence and of these artifacts. They might not have
Pocketbook close by.
They might not have extremely great prominence, or they might have extremely great prominence. We just will never know." He says.
I need to ask, are these actual originals or recreations? They look quite new.
How would you know that, Winter? You didn't make any sort of check. You didn't make any sort of check, Winter.
No, I got it from his words alone, and also the actual description of them, and also what description.
Okay, from his words, Okay, so I'll tell you what you would have gathered from his words alone. Seems like a really boisterous salesman, but there's nothing in these weapons which leads you to believe that they would be faked at all. You've never heard of these weapons. You don't know if these, you basically, you're not instantly going to believe that these weapons are faked. I mean, I can believe that your character is cynical.
Oh, I'm a little cynical. I've been kidnapped by pirates. I've been actually changed by, and you know what else? And everything's kind of going to shit a little bit.
Yeah, but he tells you, well, sir, these are, from what I know and from what my friend has told me, authentic Sulawesi artifacts, and as I said, I'm offering them at quite a reasonable price because I can't be certain about the prominence of each piece, or else. More prominent pieces. I'd be able to know more about. In fact, if you really want, you can make a history roll.
Okay.
Come on. Come on. There we go.
Yeah. So, you have heard of weapons like this before, but you're not, that these weapons aren't particularly used nowadays for certain reasons, such as the fact that your hand is completely useless while wearing it. But you do know but you have heard reference to these as historical weapons, but beyond that, you can't really say. You know that they were used by peoples in the past.
By the way, what are your thoughts, Hilliard, out of D&D?
My God, we spent 20 minutes here at this arm blade stand.
I'll put it this way: if they do damage, they do. They look good enough to do damage, probably, but they're probably not legitimate artifacts if that's what you're looking for. But legitimate weapons, yes.
Are they going to be useful for, our journey in general? I see this like 8 gold coins is a bit, in general. But it's not like it's the worst thing ever. It's just.
It's not the worst thing ever, but it ain't the best either. So I don't know what to tell you. I'd say unless you're really wanting them, I'd say it's.
I need to ask, so like Keegan, is it kind of it basically like the one from Assassin's Creed, basically?
It's more like the one I've posted in the chat there.
I was hoping for
where
hand movement.
No. Basically, it's like the one in the chat there, but instead of having some sort of weird axe on the end, it has a knife. It has a knife on the end. But the knife also has a spring-loaded component where it can be folded down into the sort of body of the gauntlet itself to be hidden.
Yeah, I was hoping for something like this.
Yeah, no, it's not like an Assassin's Creed knife like that. No.
Shit.
15 gold pieces for 2 of them, sir. That's an amazing price. And if you're not satisfied with them, I'll buy them back from you. I know at the exact price. At the exact price I sold them to you, he says.
Well, you're tiebreaker on me getting one of these.
I'd probably say nay, but as I said, it's up to your playstyle.
Because I already have knife. It's just that, I was going to what if I had, that thing that I posted, type of knife. But,
But yeah, I'd say nay probably. Fucking shit.
What's wrong?
Sorry. Oh, the spring let go.
What?
It's a bit finicky to put these old revolvers back together. Anyway, I don't want to keep us here too much longer. I was hoping to get some other stuff.
Yeah, not stay at the market too long.
All right.
Fuck, it did it again. Sorry.
Oops, I did it again.
Shiza, I did it again.
Well, sir, have you made a decision?
I look at this, the longer I kind of cringe at it for some reason.
Well, as I said, it's quite clear what the usefulness of a weapon is like this. You won't get disarmed, but it's also quite clear what the downside of a weapon like this is. But you can also easily take it off as well. There's nothing. It's not magically bound to your arm. That's the other thing as well.
For example, it's exactly like this, except it just has a knife on it instead of that weird axe thing.
Yes. It's exactly like that, except it doesn't have a weird axe thing. It has it has a spring-loaded knife on the end that pops out.
Wait, so what's it look like without the knife popped out?
It just looks like a stump, basically. It looks like something that if you were wearing clothes, if you were wearing something over top of it, it would just look like you had a weird stump hand, a weird stumpy.
We'll call it stumpy from now on.
Okay, so you can spring activate the knife from the inside of it, I guess.
Yes, from the inside. It was like a little clutch that you hold it on your hands as you're gripping onto it from the inside, and then it springs open.
Okay. Also, what other types do they have again?
Do you want me to just list them to you?
Yeah. From where I'm remembering, you had there was a knife, there was an actual spear, there was
there's battle axes. So there's battle axes, clubs, daggers, flails, hand axes,
hooked
spears, javelins, lances, light hammers, long swords, maces, morning stars, quarterstaffs, rapiers, scimitars, short swords, sickles, spears, tridents, war picks, war hammers, and whips, and also kapingas.
Kapinga.
Wow, they even have kapingas. All right, what can I wield is the question.
Let's see what a wizard can wield for his weapons. Let's see.
Oh, come on. Why is there still so much play?
Classes. Wizard. Daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows.
Do they have a crossbow version?
No, he does not have a crossbow hand.
That would be cool, though.
That would be cool.
Actually, no. I'm gonna say for the shit of it, for just for shits of it, and when he does, he has one that has. You can't really conceal the crossbow. It does sort of fold up to take less space, but it's not as concealable as the other weapons. But he does have one that has a light crossbow.
Same price as a knife?
No, he says this one, the light crossbow model, sir, 100 gold pieces, and it's quite a steal.
Oof. All right, for now I'm gonna go ahead and get the knife.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He also says too that he also shows you a button on the side, and says that the knife can be when the knife is in under the ejected state, and if you press this button, the knife will shoot out in a ballistics knife style.
Mhm.
So he
Raketo
says
punch.
So he basically says that the knife can also be through this feature of a knife can also be thrown as well. Okay, so he says you'd be willing to pay $15 for two of these, sir?
I'm gonna get one this time around just to see how well they work.
Okay,
And
and it's $8, sir.
Well, you take 7 for a first customer.
I'm sorry, sir. I really think $8 is an exceptional price. But as I said, if you are at all dissatisfied with it, bring it back to my stall and you can return it to me.
Even though I probably won't be here next time.
For no restocking fee.
Okay, well, go ahead and buy it.
Okay, you now have under a dagger arm blade.
Where'd my what?
Okay, I hate to ask this, but would you like to visit any more market stalls?
Just one.
Okay.
For now.
Which one would you like
The
to visit?
staff store.
No, when not the staff store.
Listen, I will
like
The staff
shillelagh you.
infection store?
Don't make me shillelagh you.
That just sounds disgusting. Staff infection store. We pay out to give you an infection.
Yes.
Oh.
So what store would you like to visit?
I guess I'm looking for stuff to add to the kitchen.
Okay, a kitchenware store.
Maybe buy a spice box.
Boxes of spice.
Well, you know, back in the day where you'd have a chest with,
Yeah.
If you were fairly.
So you come across the same spice salesman you came across before.
Oh no.
Fine saffron. Oh, sir, are you back to buy some of my fine saffron?
Like
I
I'm
know
gonna
you couldn't
send
stay
you
away.
like a mental message, Hilliard. How did we get back here again? Oh god, my god, why are we here again? Back and have it, Hilliard. Why
Fine
have you done this?
spices. For the discerning spice. Did you already use up one of the spices that I sold you, sir?
No, I'm just looking for some more spices.
I see. Well, there's no spice finer and more pungent and delicious to the taste buds than saffron, sir. Fine saffron from the azure sea, deep from the dark and mystical jungles where secret places where the best saffron is harvested, sir.
The best saffron.
So how much saffron would you like to buy today?
I was more looking to see if you had a herb and spice chest.
A chest, sir? Well, I mean, you can rub herbs on your chest if need be. They can cure many illnesses, sir. Well, a set of herbs, it'd be five gold pieces, sir, for a basic kit of my basic herbs that grow in the local area, sir. But of course, you're not getting the most delicious, the best,
Oh God.
the finest saffron. That, sir, you'll have to pay extra for. But I assure you, it's worth every copper, sir.
Well, what's contained in this basic spice-a-roni box?
You get 6 different spices, sir.
Those 6 different spices.
Well, it's different based on every box, sir. The boxes are sort of like a jumbled up mix,
So
but it's many of the basic spices. Garlic, dill, ginger.
So are they like what's some stores have them like a mystery box where you don't know what's roughly.
Yes, exactly. It's a mystery box.
I asked him if he has more. What I'm looking for is more of a kitchen set for I tell him that I'm starting up or looking at starting up a inn.
He says, "Ah, sir, well, you could look about buying my spices in bulk. That's what I do to some of the local to some of the local bars and taverns around town here." He says, he said it would be. He says it will be five. It'll be 5 gold pieces, for £3 of per 3 pounds of for 3 pounds of herbs.
Sorry, I'm getting confused at this point.
Why?
So he's saying bulks. Yeah, I don't. What do you call it there? Not sure if he means.
I know it's 5 gold pieces, and with
For a
5 gold
mixture
pieces
box.
for a mixture box, but it's also 5 gold pieces and for £3.
Of one spice.
Yes.
For me, though, I'm not looking for just one spice, though. I'm looking for. I don't know what the average kitchen back in the day would have, but like in a medieval sort of story I was reading recently, where in the kitchen there was a little chest sat on the table that contained up to 12 different spices, some of them being more common, some of them being more exotic in assortment. Not sure if you had something like that.
Like a various assortment. Yeah, he has those like
Assortment box, but one that's not totally don't know what the fuck I'm getting in it.
no, he only has those, and he also has bulk spices that you could buy as well, which, as I said.
So I'd probably have to buy a chest and fill it with the spices.
Yeah.
I asked him if I could get, how much would it be to get small bulk quantity of one of each of his spices and not repeats of the same spice. You know, like pepper, salt. What do you call it there?
He says, well, pepper is more expensive because it comes from a deep. It has to be harvested deep in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
But he says in order of 6 different spices, six spices of your choosing, I could do 30 gold pieces, and each spice would come in a 3-pound quantity.
Okay. I just turned to I'm just going to ask my friend something quickly. I say, when can you? Oh yeah, he's probably too far away by now. Fuck.
What do you mean too far away?
I was going to say, when could you use your, talking people's heads power to, talk?
Yeah. So imagine like this. The weight reference guide. I just searched up and found this picture.
By the way, like, I would be with you, by the way. You know that, right?
Because isn't wind limited to how far he can? What do you call it there? How far he could use his mind thing?
Yeah, but Wynn's also standing right next to you as well, I think.
No, I mean, like I was originally, before I realized, I was gonna see if you could, talk to my cook guy there.
Is he?
Mine.
No, I think Wind is limited in where he can communicate.
Oof. So GG.
Yeah.
I asked him how many different spices he has in total.
He says I have lots of spices, sir. Like pretty much most of the ones you can think of. There are some more exotic ones from the jungle continent, one of the Meadow, that he has not yet been able to get his hands on because of the rarity, and also the fact that certain local tribes do not like trading with outsiders.
And I also asked him out of curiosity, is he, how some merchants are always out and about. He was here last time, so I can assume maybe he's a local trader?
He says, yes, I'm a local trader. I buy in bulk when trade ships come in. I have earlier in my life when I was more young and spry, I did do some exploring of Amito myself, and I came into contact with many of the tribes there, and investigated many of the local spices and cuisines of the tribal people deep in the jungles. But that was long. But that was a very long time ago, and now I mostly trade to get my spices and from local druids who go into the woods to collect them, or various farmers or various merchants who come into town with some of the more rare items, like my fine saffron, sir.
I tell him I asked if he was local because I was hoping that maybe I know the market's only once a week, that maybe me and my chef could swing by his place, and my chef, who's more knowledgeable about what he would like for his cooking, could help me, discern more.
He says, "Yes, sir. I would have to charge you a slight. The goods would have to be slightly more, sir, because I do dedicate myself to organizing my wares for once a week here. So if you were to come by my house, as I said, there would be a slight upcharge, but it wouldn't be anything all that much."
This is, as I said to him, I'm going to be setting, or the restaurant won't be ready for, or not restaurant, the inn. Well, I guess what would you call it? Because back in medieval times, the inn and the tavern and we're all pretty much in the same place.
A trading post.
I just tell them we're basically constructing a trading post, and I'm gonna make my place a place where you could find not only the basic food for those who can't afford much, but good food for those who are more discerning, and we'd probably be a repeat customer once we get up and running.
He says, "Okay, well, once you become a repeat customer, like many of the local bars and taverns here, and many of the local inns, I can look about giving you a discount if you're a repeat client. I can also look about giving you a discount if you buy in significant bulk as well," he says.
Okay. Let's see. Today is Monday in the game, so, and it would take it. How long does it take a trip to our house from the town? Not a day, right?
About half a day.
Okay. Maybe what I'll do is I'll ask him if I could drop by his place with my chef on. Oh yeah, but we got the fucking fight there. Maybe it's just
You got the fight where?
we gotta, we have to do the battle on the ship. I almost forgot about that because I'm sort of enthralled in making my own D&D. And now people have actually done games with that, so it is possible, and it's still interesting.
Yeah.
Because how I've seen some DM do it in another game when his players did that is made it so people came into the inn knowing that it was the base of the adventurers, and tell the barkeeper, "Hey, I got this mission," and then went on and did. But anyways, I digress. But how much for? I tell him what I'll do is I'll come back then on Monday. But for now, how much for a mystery box?
He says for a mystery box, it will be 5 gold pieces, sir. For a mystery box, it includes 3 pounds of various assorted spices. Herbs, spices, salts.
And he said it was like 6 different spices in the box, or could there be, I guess, 6 and 3 pounds in total of all the spices together.
Yes, all of the spices together. On their weight, and it comes to 3 pounds.
Okay, I give him the 5 gold, and I tell him that we'll be here to see him at next market.
Wait, who just coughed?
Okay.
Was that you?
That was me. I have something stuck in my throat, so just let me back and just.
Don't worry. Okay, I'll take the gold out of my inventory. Ooh, excuse me.
Okay?
Now I got hiccups. Damn it! Dang it, Keegan. But it was like a one-time hiccup because now I don't feel any. It's like it just had to pop one out and it's gone. Free my mints. Give me my mints gun. My gun barrel is like hanging on to my mints. Free. Wilhelmina mints.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So I took the gold out of the inventory, and I'll add the box of
Yeah.
spices to bring back, and then
Whenever you decide to open it up, I can tell you which spices are inside or not. Yeah.
Actually, that would be cool. I doubt they have a rolling chart for spices, though. But
Well, I have one sort of here. I have on the Wikipedia page listing apparently every single herb and spice that exists. And I was going to have a random.
that should have been his. What do they call it? Thing. Buy a mystery spikes box. Get a chance of getting one or more super rare spices.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
You know those little sand. What do they call them?
Yeah.
You go to Walmart. It's a little gold brick, and there's sand inside, and there's gems hidden, and you have a small chance of getting gold. It's sort of like that, but spices. But anyways, I guess I'll open it. Open it now.
Okay. Let me.
Now I just need the Zelda theme. Doo-doo. Or is that Zelda? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. Let's see.
Whoops.
Yeah. So let me just.
Type
No, I'm just gonna.
ball.
Well, let's see. A to Z randomizer. A random letter generator. Okay. So I'm gonna generate 6. Allow duplicates, true randomness. Okay, so P. So what's the letter P? You have some. Let's see. 4. Let's see. Let's see. Slash roll D. Slash roll D5. A 4. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. And some peppermint. Your first thing is some peppermint. Let's see.
Her. I'm just gonna put it into D&D chat as we go, and then I'll put them in my inventory a bit.
Let's see. You also have some coriander as well.
Let's see.
Coriander.
Coriander.
Yeah, coriander.
Just getting the spelling for that. Cut.
Some dill as well. You also have some dill.
Nice. Oh, should I entered it? Don't worry. Dill.
You also have some and some cilantro as well.
Let's see. Cilantro. Space paste. Oh shit. Don't mind me, I just didn't mean paste yet. Free. Okay, 4, so 2 left.
And you also have some mustard as well.
That's useful.
And also some tea. What is tea? Some thyme as well.
Thyme. No, not that kind. Thyme the herb. There we go. What time is it, Google?
What time is it?
Or as Alistair said today to his Google, talk dirty to me, Google.
Oh, God.
Dust, dirt,
Oh, no.
mud. But yeah. So I don't know what's rare out of those because what do you call it there today? And it's not, not many spices are rare since.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Ryan. But
Anyways,
we got
yeah.
peppermint, coriander, dill, cilantro, nice.
Yeah, would you like to go to any other market shops?
Do we need anything for our mission there? Oh, this is the final one, but I'm not sure if there'd be a potion shop.
You roll investigation or perception.
Okay. Oh, when you help me for investigation.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
You come across one quite easily.
Nice.
Potions and
lotions and other notions.
That's exactly in the name of the shop. Potions, notions of potions and lotions is what it's called.
Well,
yeah, they seem to have all sorts of
lotions and potions and notions. Okay, I guess I go up and ask for probably, well, for now, just probably health potions.
Health potion? Okay. Yes.
Not sure if in D&D they have greater, lesser, or, different sizes of health potions, but...
They do, yes.
Okay.
The old crone behind the counter says, yes, laddie. I have a few different types of health potions. I have a health potion, a standard type used throughout the realm. I also have a signature brew of mine, the Health Potion Plus. I also have another brew of mine. It's much cheaper, the Health Potion Minus.
Sorry, I just cut my fucking hand open on my gun.
Oh, really?
Well, I went to push the swab through to clean the barrel, and it slipped, and it's ran alongside the gun. It's only a small cut, but ow.
Oof.
Okay, for the smallest, or what do you call it there, the low level one, I'm guessing I can't ask how many hit points that would be, but
the Health Potion Minus is a yes, the Health Potion Minus is a offshoot of my offshoot of my classic standard health potion brew, where the health potion is and it was thinned with various chemical substances.
Make you sick.
in order to multiply the batch without losing much of its effectiveness.
Okay, and I guess the Keegan, the health potion minus sounds so sketchy.
I also have, sir, my premium item, the Health Potion Plus.
I ask how much for the plus and how much a regular goes for.
70 gold pieces for my Health Potion Plus. It's a very fine brew, and It's the most highly concentrated. Out of every batch of health potion, we select the batch that has the highest concentration of healing energy, and then we use a patented process to enhance that energy by adding in more magical components until the potion is of a significant quality. As I said, 70 gold pieces. A regular health potion is 50 gold pieces, and the health potion minus, well, it's one that's favored by workers, farmhands, stock hands, anyone who might need a little pick me up. And when she winks at you, and that one is 20 gold pieces, sir.
When would you say with your wizarding skills that the minus sounds sketchy and the plus maybe? I doubt it would be dangerous, but maybe be dangerous.
The minus on what?
The health plus and minus potions. She sound like her own home brew, where she's got one that's she takes like a regular healing potions and adds shit to it to make it lesser, so it's just good enough for cuts and bruises and small ailments. And then she's got a plus where she selects the best of the batch. That's
Well, no, sir, you misunderstand me. The health potion minus. You see, I take a standard quantity of my healing health potion and thin it down with water to multiply the batch and get more out of a single potion.
okay. But still, what are your thoughts?
It sounds exactly like it says.
Is that a good sounds exactly like it says, or a bad sounds exactly what it
Wynn just said something there without actually saying anything at all.
So it sounds like a ripoff one?
No, it sounds exactly what the product is. That's really it. It just depends on if you feel that it's worth it or not.
Well, when this is going to be saving yours and mine's life, so...
Like, wouldn't you want to go for standard health potions, I would guess?
Are you getting a standard 2 one?
Probably would, instead of like a minus version.
So when you're going to get a regular?
Yeah, like, let's see.
50 gold pieces, sir. And I should remind you too, because it's common knowledge. I mean, I'm not gonna denigrate you as players for any lack of common knowledge of the D&D rules, but a standard health potion, and it was 2d4 plus 2 hit points when you drink the potion. So I'm not going to tell you what the plus and the minus do, but base your thoughts about those ones off of the fact that the standard one does 2d4 plus 2.
So the standard one does 2d4 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
So 2d4 dice plus 2. So you could get a total of possibly... You could get a possible 10 out of a regular at the max.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if either go two ways, if we say it goes each of the... if it goes up to, let's say, 3D for the plus, we'll say for shits and giggles, not knowing that it goes up to... I don't want to say 3d4 or maybe 2d6, or I don't know which is the anyway slightly upper or that. Anyways, I'll just get a regular one. But when are you getting one too? And by the way, how old is this woman? 50.
She looks pretty old. She also says, "Well, sir, besides health potions, I have a few other spells, including a favorite among the children here. Of course, their parents would rather I not sell it to them, but their parents should really keep better care of them if they don't want them ingesting such wonderful brews. It's called Watchful Willoughby's Wandering Wondrous Potion of Magic Wonder."
May I ask her what does it do?
Well, sir, what doesn't it do? It's truly a magic brew. I'll tell you quickly, sir. There used to be a man lived in this town here. He was a bit of a do-it-yourself man. He had no formal training in potions, not even trained by any locals. He merely picked it up as a hobby in his spare time. His name was and it was Wallaby.
Thornberry.
His name and was Wallaby, and his wondrous warlike weaponized wonder potion is bases his name off of him. It's a potion he created himself that has been known to cause many different types of effects, sir. Really, to describe it to you would nullify the potion's usefulness, sir, because, as I said, the potion has been known to cause a myriad of different effects, all of them wondrous and magical, sir.
I'm guessing like a potion of like it's like a potion of like, it's like the mystery box of potions.
Yes, you could say that, sir. But I will tell you that the potion has not been known. Let me just see here.
To be dangerous.
To be known, sir, this potion is not merely a random potion. If you buy it, you're not getting a discount. You are willicking warlike weaponized potion. That's to be potions, sir. As I said, it is a wondrous potion that gives magical effects that are completely bewildering to the mind and eyes and senses. I have seen children fly. I have, when drinking it, I have seen children summon. I have seen magical friendly fey creatures summoned out of mere thin air. As someone has drunk this potion, sir, I have seen nymphs and fairies.
No one's died though, right?
Fly in. Well, sir, I have not heard of anyone buying one of my potions who has died. No, sir. I can assure you that I would not sell Wandering Willoughby's wondrous weaponized warlike potion if its effects were known to cause outright death. For that, you'd be wanting a potion of death, sir, which when you drink it causes death. Now, I can assure you, Wandering Willoughby's wondrous and wantiferous warlike weaponized potion does not cause straight-out death, sir. It causes many wonderful effects, but death or grievously bodily harm is not one of them, sir. But under the influence of it, I can't know what you will do to yourself. So don't go near any high objects.
How much for one of these wondrous potions?
I want to ask if she actually has like a herbalism kit.
I do, sir. I sell herbalism kits. Are you a discerning potion master?
Yes.
I see. Well, I'm just a humble old lady who lives in the village and goes out to collect herbs in her spare time. But I do spend my time training some of the young women of the village to pick up the herb craft. If any of their husbands or sons were ever to go to war, they would need to use it to heal any grievous wounds. Even men who come back off the ships or who come back from travelers who from traveling often have wounds that need fixing. And if a woman knows herbalism, it's a very important thing. But I also train men as well. I have no prejudice against training either gender or sex. I can sell one to you for...
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's see. I can sell you a herbalism kit, sir, for 5 gold pieces. It contains everything you need. Clippers, a mortar and pestle, various little pouches and vials.
Okay. It's fine.
It will allow you to find the plants and to be able to identify them, and also it will help you check for poisons as well. Poisonous plants, poisonous mushrooms, or God forbid, I doubt you'd ever be in a situation where someone would attempt to poison you, but you could use a herbalism kit to attempt to detect that as well.
Oh, sounds very useful.
Yes.
I
and I should also note as well that
mhm.
the potion bottle for Wandering Willibur's wondrous Wantificus weaponized warlike potion has like an incredibly cheesy picture, incredibly cheesy drawn picture, and with like a guy in like a suit, and like a top hat, and like a monocle on, and like a cane in one hand, winking, and it says in like stereotypical like magical stars and moons font, Wandering Willoughby's potion, and it has like a big and when the potion, as you inspect the bottle, it seems to be changing colors, purple and then red and then blue and then yellow.
Well, but I'll let Wynn finish off before I finish my buying with her.
So are you buying a herbalism kit, Wind?
Yep.
Okay, that's 5 gold pieces. Are you buying a health potion?
I think I want to try to make one then, like buy one. But you know what? I'll buy one, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, it's 50 gold pieces, Wind.
Okay.
Did you deduct 50 gold pieces from your inventory?
Yes.
Okay. So you're now at 26 gold pieces. Okay. Okay. And for you, Hilliard, what would you like to buy?
We'll ask her how much. I'm not going to even try pronouncing the whole thing. But Wandering Willoughby's wondrous warlike potion. There we go. I think I got it.
Okay. Yes, for you. It was Wandering Willoughby's dying wish that his potions have a set price, and I continue on his legacy. They're only 25 gold pieces, sir. I'm in communication with Wandering Willoughby's granddaughter, who keeps on the family name and also the family legacy and recipe. You see, she brews the potion in the same apartment here in town that her grandfather used to brew the potion.
But her grandfather died, and
mind you, many of her neighbors are quite upset because even at late hours they smell all sorts of wondrous smells coming from her apartment, and wish that she didn't do her potion making craft inside the city. But I assure you, potion making is extremely safe, and it would take an imbecile indeed to botch a potion so much that it explodes and causes damage to property. 25 gold pieces for a bottle of this magical brew. Sorry.
Let's see, 50.
Like Hilliard, just like how she said, magical brew,
sir.
Oh, there was one other thing before I make my final decision here, but I doubt with a potion shop that she'd... Well, I guess since she's got potions, she'd have access to the herbs to make them and that. Does she have any pipe tobacco? Probably not, though.
Yeah, she probably would.
Maybe.
It is a herb.
Tobaccos can be used in rituals, but well...
Yes, sir. We do have tobacco, sir, that's used not only for smoking, but it's also used for various medical practices and also for various things like seances as well. God be with you if you have to perform one of those.
And does she have, what do you call it there? I'm not going to say this to her, I'm just going to say this to you, and you know what I mean. Wacky tobacco, otherwise known as marijuana. You never know.
Well, sir, we do not carry abyssal lettuce at this stall, sir. What sort of stall do you think this is? Abyssal lettuce. We do not carry infernal or abyssal lettuce at this stall, sir. In fact, I thought you would know that it's been outlawed in this town for some time. But,
as you can see, well, she could probably... I'm not sure. She can see that I'm half fox, right? So I'm a foreigner. I say from where I come, it says, what do you call it there? what do you call it there? We're more freer, I guess you could say, in our thoughts towards stuff like that.
When she leans into you. Well, don't let it be known that I told you, sir. But if you ever make your way to a dreadwood forest, it's been known to grow in some quantities there deep in the forest wild, sir. But don't let it be known that I told you, sir, because it's very much an illegal substance to have. It makes men go crazy with happiness, sir.
I slip her 2 coppers as a thank you.
She hands them back to you. You didn't hear anything from me, sir. No, you.
Oops, or maybe I should have. Oops, I dropped some coppers.
Well, sir, would you like one of my health potions and also one of Wandering Willoughby's wondrous warlike weaponized potions?
I'm gonna see if I can persuade her. The total, if I bought them both, the total would be, what is it? They're 70, 50, 60, 70. It would be 75, but I'm gonna see if I can persuade her to take. Okay, persuasion. Oh,
okay, yep.
Come on. Oh, it still did? Oh, nice.
So,
because I got 7 and I got 15, but then again, that might have been close to a fail. But anyway,
so sorry. So you wanted to bar 5 off, and how much was the total?
The original total would have been 75, but taking 5 off makes it 70.
Well, sir, I sadly cannot discount Wandering Willoughby's wondrous, warlike weaponized potion, because, as I said, that price is not set by me, sir. But for you, you are a very discerning young man, and I sense that I maybe will be getting your business soon if you are an adventurer here and in need of good, stout health potions. Maybe even in the future, the Health Potion Plus, may I say. Many an adventurer has come to me for my signature brew, the Health Potion Plus, which has aided them in times of need. But for you, sir, as a first-time buyer, I could maybe see doing 70 gold pieces. That seems fine to me, sir. I would be discounting my own health potion.
And how old is she again? Is the voice makes her sound like she's like a what do you call it? They're like 7-year-old witch.
She's like 70 years old or something.
So she's like a sweet little granny, basically selling potions and lotions and notions.
Yeah, but she also looks like a sort of like stereotypical crone, and she has a long hooked nose with a big wart on it.
Yeah, but
and she's wearing like a witch hat.
As the saying goes, what do you call it there? Age is not pretty.
She's like, yes, sir. Well, come back in town if you ever need another spell. This is just the tip of the iceberg, sir. The spells that I offer.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Many discerning men have come to me over the years for what I offer, sir.
Ask if she has any books.
God, don't tell me that she's what I think she is.
A prostitute? No.
No, a mistress.
Oh, God.
The mistress is like the old lady that runs the whorehouse.
Oh.
She's like the matron to all the younger women to help them out and that.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
well, sir, come back if you're ever in need of a Health Potion Plus or Health Potion Minus. Or more of Wandering Willoughby's brew, sir, because truly it is a spectacle to behold once you drink it.
But yeah, I thank her again. And tell her that we'll see her at next Monday's market, hopefully.
Ah, yes. If age has not killed me, sir, I will be here.
Is there anything you need else from her, one?
Nope. If she has any books that I can look at, sure.
Books, sir? I work in potions. If you're looking for books, you should go to a
potions.
No, sir. You should go to a bookseller if you're looking for those. And she gives you the name of a bookseller here in the market. That's like a generic, that's like Bill's Fine Antique Books or something like that.
Bill's Antique Fine Books. Cool.
And she's like, well, I always go to Bill. He always has potion books from Greyhawk or from the capital or from various other cities. He gets them imported at a good price, and I buy
Okay.
them from him if I. Yes.
Are you ready?
Ready for what?
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill
Bill,
Nye, the science guy.
Sorry, I have to say it. Bill. I watched too much of him as a kid.
Rules. Yeah. Science rules.
But yeah, anyway.
Well, sir. Yes. Have an excellent day, and I hope to see you next Monday if you're in need of another spell.
All right.
For the good deal she gave me, don't judge me here. She's a nice old granny, even though she may look ugly. She's probably got a good heart inside there. I give her a little peck on the cheek there and thank her.
She's like, oh my, oh my, oh. As she sort of like flusters backwards, looking sort of confused.
Gotta,
Okay.
not trying to be weird or anything, but I've met many old ladies who are really nice, but they're ugly as sin because they've just worked so hard in their life to get where they are. That's
Yeah, okay,
which is,
you do that.
you know.
Some people in the market stare at you weirdly, but others just go about their business.
And just being nice to a little granny.
No, I'm not saying you're not being nice. That is a nice thing to do, but some people still look at you weirdly for it. It's like if I walked up to, an old lady in the street and just gave her a kiss. People would look at me strange. But anyways, is there anything else you'd like to get at the market?
Not for me at least.
Okay. Okay, so you leave the market area after more than an hour of browsing the market in real life time, but in game you've actually spent most of your day at the market. It's getting to be the afternoon now. It's like I'd say it's like 4:00.
Okay, so where to next? When I guess probably get a bite and prepare for our. Or is there anything that I'm forgetting before we prepare for our sea battle? When?
Yes.
I said, is there anything we're forgetting before we go back other than eating to prepare for our sea battle?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, of course, it's sea battle, but like, I'm trying to think of anything else we would really need for it.
Plus, I was going to say, didn't we arrange to meet the guards? Was it tomorrow or that in game? To meet up with them, they were going to row us to the boat and do nothing? That's true.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
We'll help you. We'll row you there, and we'll wait.
And then we'll act as non-combatants and do nothing to help you. Yeah, pretty much.
Gee. But nothing that you can think of there. Oh, I know something, but what do you call it there? I don't know when we'll meet him next. We still got to pay back that little kid. We haven't tipped him when we told him when we got our stuff back we tipped him, so... I'm not sure what. Just give him a tip and get something small.
I mean, he worked as a squire as a page in Anders. So you theorize he'd likely be living at the Anders estate if you wanted to know where he was.
Want to head over to the Anders estate one?
Yes.
Want to head over to Anders estate and then get a bite?
Sure.
Okay, I guess off to the Anders.
You head over to the Anders estate. The guards let you in without really asking any questions because you've come and go so many times previously.
Okay. I guess I'll ask... I forget the butler's name, but I'll ask him to see if I could talk to his...
You knock on the front door?
Yep, I knock on the front door.
The butler does not answer the door, and our guard answers. Hello, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had an appointment with Anders. Can I help you with something?
It's not an appointment with Anders. It's I'm here to see his squire.
Anders has two squires, sir. They're currently polishing his his armor in the other room. What may I ask? What business you have with him?
Oh, I just came to thank him for his good service for helping us out.
Good service. I'm sorry. I think you're I think you're misunderstood, sir. Anders Squires have stayed here in his residence. I think you might be looking for one of Anders' pages.
Oh, pages. Okay. I thought you said it was a squire though that had brought us the bite, though, right?
I see you're a bit out of the loop on your medieval ranking system, sir. I should tell you the squire, and it was a knight in training, sir, who helped the knight don and doff his armor and does various other things.
Okay. Just okay, page.
The page, sir, and it was a squire in training who often helps the knight by serving him drinks at the dinner table, cleaning the knight's room, and accompanying him.
Okay, just where's the page, man?
Well, he would be in his residence above the stables if you're looking for him. Anders has various pages. I assume you'll know the one you mean when you see them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess good evening, sirs.
I thank him, and then I guess we'll head off to his Anders stables then.
Yeah. We
should be able to recognize him, since I think we've seen him at this point either three or four times.
You go up, you open up the door to the stables, and you see there are various people inside caring for the horses, the stable master and also a few commoners. And you go up the stairs to the top area, where there appears to be a few young boys reading. One of them is polishing a fine on a saddle, and a fine on a leather saddle, with some leather cleaning equipment. And you managed to come across the page who you met previously.
Okay, and offside, when we were supposed to tip him, what would have been the proper tip for someone, the page coming to deliver us food and that?
I mean, what would your character tip?
No, I'm just asking what would be.
Okay, you can make them a roll for it to see if you know. You can make whatever the equivalency of a culture roll, a history roll. I'm going to say you can make a history roll to see if you know the proper tipping, the proper prices for tipping.
Okay.
Proper procedure.
Been doing.
Yeah, you think that for a man of his, let's see.
Is he a man or a boy, by the way?
Oh, a boy. Sorry, a boy of his. Let me see. Yeah, let's see here. Lamnis bread. No, you're not tipping him with some lamnis bread.
What the fuck is lamnis bread?
It's that bread. It's that bread, and from the Lord of the Rings. That elven bread. When you eat it, you get fully nourished.
Oh shit! If it's available in this world, I want to get.
Okay. It would be like from 1 to 3 copper pieces, depending on how we're feeling. But mostly that's the lower. Yeah, I'd say 1 to 3 copper pieces. A squire,
would be the lower end.
No. 1 to 3 copper pieces would be typical.
Okay.
A squire, which is the position above a page, would be normally 1 silver piece. But a page is a more junior role, and 1 to 3 copper pieces.
Okay. I go up to him, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be tipping.
Yeah. And as you go in, you hear someone come May I ask who's coming up here?
Shall I announce you two, Wind, or are you coming up?
Yeah, I'm coming up. Also, like, what were you saying about tipping or something?
Wind?
Windrew.
Hello?
Windrew.
Hello?
Yeah, should I announce you two, Wind?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
So, announce you?
I guess.
I don't know if we should be called... I'm not sure if I would be... I'm a knight, technically. I'm not sure about Wind. Sir Knight... And when you're a wizard or you're a warlock?
Save yourself the embarrassment later, Hilliard. Not that you can't call yourself a knight now, because these people might not know the difference.
Maybe I'll just say samurai then.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what a samurai is, sir, but I care for all these young boys.
Me and my friends place on behalf of
Oh,
Anders.
God, you're not a priest, are you? I've told your kind to... Stay
No, I'm a
away,
warrior,
to stay
and
away
my
from
friend here
Anders'
is a wizard.
pages. That doesn't mean you can't do unspeakable things.
We're rapists.
Well, that's what he was implying. Okay. I didn't expect him to see you. Did Anders send you here to see me for some reason?
No, I'm here to pay you back what I owe you for your good services to us.
Oh, as I said, that's really incredibly kind of you, sir.
Yep, I'm a person of my word. Wind, are you a person of your word?
Yeah.
Yep. We can't.
Hello?
Can't hear you, Wind.
Yes.
But I guess... Okay. So are you going to give him a little something too, a tip for his being good for bringing food to us and us not being able to give the traditional tip?
Sure.
How much?
Hello?
Come on, Wind. Like, you are you not even paying attention? Like,
no, you just keep on cutting out over and over again. Like, are you saying anything right now?
You're the one who keeps cutting out.
Yes.
No.
Oh, no,
what?
sorry.
What? Hold up!
No.
One of you saying yes and one of you saying no.
I think it's the fact that you've just completely zoned out with.
No, it's
which
just
is okay.
because
You
keep
just
on
have to
cutting
admit
out.
that you've zoned out.
Don't worry, I zoned out too while I'm cleaning my gun, but well.
But I think
Okay,
that's
Win,
probably
there's nothing-
because like my computer's like maxing out CPU wise.
But I thought you had 64 gigabytes
saying,
of
like,
RAM and an amazing.
I'm talking about the
CPU.
actual CPU because I have like more than 200 tabs open at once.
Would you like to tip him there when the standard is about 3 to 4 copper, but you can give more if you're feeling more generous?
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
just
the
give 5 copper.
standard is when it was 1 to 3 copper. Okay, yeah, you give him five copper, and then you can see the other pages look at him with like an jealousy almost, and when the page bows, he's like, "Oh, thank you very much, sir. This is too kind of you. I've never received such generosity, sir."
You're quite welcome.
Dang.
Keep up the good
Now
work.
I'm sort of worried if he's gonna be. Well, how old would these guys be? I'm like almost now worried that he's gonna get bullied for his.
Like
You're about to get shanked, Frank. You
like
actually
8
got a bigger tip than any of us.
I would say like 8 to 12 years old.
For a treat.
And then multiply that by a bit. It would be 3 gold pieces, maybe, or 2 gold pieces.
For one, or
For one, yeah.
oof. I was trying to think of.
No, sorry. Copper pieces. Copper pieces. 2 to 2 to.
Right.
2 to 3 copper pieces. One platinum. I mean, there's no pastries readily available. Like, there's no pastry seller up here in the attic of the stable with
No,
them.
but what I was going to do is give them, the guy who's in charge of them, something to make sure they get all treated.
Okay. I don't know. You could give him like a silver piece, and he could go out and get a box of pastries.
I
guess.
don't have any copper, but when do you have any copper? Because I'm trying.
Yes, why?
Sort of
Well, no,
cheatsy
you can do
doodle,
that
but-
if you want. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to stop you from switching around your currency because that would add weight. That would like exponentially multiply the time we waste in this game, and we've already wasted like an hour and a half in the market
I give the
stalls.
same tip of 5 copper to him as Win gave 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Win gave 5 copper.
And to the handler, I guess I'll give him 2 silver and tell him treats on me, buy yourself and all the pages something good to eat. A treat.
He says, "Oh, thank you very much, sir. This is very peculiar. I was not expecting this, but thank you very much. I have to look after the master's horses this evening, but I don't have time to go and get those things. But maybe I'll give it to one of the boys, and if they have a spare moment outside of their duties, they can look about doing that. But I assure you, sir, we're very busy here, and Anders treats us incredibly well. We don't
I know,
really
it's just I
want
tell him
luxury.
where I come from, it's always good to pass the kindness and goodwill on to...
Yes, thank you very much, sir. And as I said, if we have a spare moment away from our duties, I'll see if I can send one of the pages out to get something.
Okay. I thank the page again and wish them all a good day and tell them to enjoy. And hopefully the jealousy, hopefully now the other pages aren't as jealous.
It's not so much that they're jealous. It's more like and as you leave and they're crowding around. I'm like, wow, look at that, look at that
like
weird.
How did you actually get Timothy?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did Dad let you have 2 kobolds? Like I only. Get
when
one.
I'm gonna pull something off. That's what
wow! Look at that weird warrior in this weird armor, and look at his strange wizard friend. And wow, how did you manage to get a 1 silver piece tip? Holy cow! Yeah, it's not so much that they're jealous. It's more like they're like It's more like they're like whoa.
And this is in like the hay. They're in like the hayloft of the barn.
Yes.
I guess I'm gonna pull just something to amaze them a little more, since I'm not around the horses. It should be fine. When I'm gonna need you to. Oh yeah, we're gonna probably have to perform acrobatics for this, but.
Walala.
No. I tell one in his head to what do you call it there.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume.
No. Wind can talk to people in his head. You can't talk to Wind. You don't have that ability. Only Wind.
But I'm gonna assume he's got his listening ears always on or something.
Yeah, I would probably.
Knowing when, but anyway, I tell when to catch me. In a so they don't hear me, but just when.
Let's wait.
I'm gonna do what we did at the front gate, just to make the children go wow.
You can speak and listen telepathically to any. Okay, yeah, okay. You can see at any time as a bonus action. Wait, Psychic Whispers. What is that? Mind Blast.
Mind blast. That sounds kind
Yeah,
of
actually, that's
Oh my god. Sorry, I just realized something. I'll have to tell Ryan this.
okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
So what exactly are you doing?
change into a fox and jump. I'm not sure when
Jump in
should
my
I jump
arm or
on your
something?
shoulder or jump in your arm.
Well, either way, whichever one you think's more impressive.
Make a
Just to find them.
make a performance roll.
Okay, performance. Okay, you ready? One.
Sure. Wait, are we like both doing a performance roll?
Well, you're catching me. So,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
I'm.
Hilliard has to do a performance roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see how it is.
Let's see.
Please be merciful.
I'm going to say that you botch it somewhat. You still manage to land his arms, but it looks incredibly goofy, and it's more like sort of when you flop into his arms. The the pages turn and don't quite catch the entire trick because they were so busy looking at this guy's newfound wealth, and
Damn.
and when and they start laughing. They're like, ha ha ha, ha, wow, that's like funny.
Shit, I meant to pull off something magical, amazing, but well, it never works for me. Even though
As you're leaving, as you're leaving too, one of the other pages comes up to you. Wow, I see in your belt there that you have one Wandering Willoughby's wondrous wantiferous magical weaponized warlike potions. Master Anders won't let any of us have any of them. But it's so cool that you have one. The really cool kids in town are allowed to drink them. Oh, it's so cool.
but Anders probably knows that they're dangerous or something. But I guess at this point I've turned back, so
Yeah.
you can see it. But yeah, I tell him I can't wait to try it. I heard lots of things. I hope it's worth the gold I paid.
Oh, he's like, oh yeah. From all the older kids tell me that it definitely is. They say it's like the greatest thing they've ever tried. They say that it's awesome and so cool.
Lol. But I tell them I hope whoever goes to get the treats make sure to share amongst all. You make sure to share amongst all each other.
Okay. Yeah.
And I guess what they call it there. There's nothing really much more to say. I just tell him. I hope him and his fellow pages enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I guess I guess we'll call it a night here at Ambler Stable since it's about 12 there.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly happened? D&D session. You went to stuff and then
Tip the page, tried to pull off a trick, sort of failed. Then it's just ended up silly, then magical, amazing. GG, maybe I shouldn't try it.
Okay, next time please don't go to the market again. It takes so much time.
Well, Wind was like waiting so long over the gauntlets.
Well, yeah, and then you were waiting so long at that guy's spice shop, haggling with him.
Well, I was waiting for. Well, I was trying to figure something. Anyway.
But like, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against going to the market, but you gotta you actually have to do other adventures and keep on the storyline at some point. But anyways.
Like shopping simulator D&D.
Yeah, shopping simulator. Anyways,
you know what? I'm gonna get my actual 5e book. I'm gonna actually make a actual RPG where it's like basically trying to escape from the actual markets to actually have the adventure. Like the whole D&D session.
and instead of doing combat encounters, it's all, fine wares. Get your fine wares, and instead of people fighting you, you're gonna have to battle through incredibly persuasive salesmen persuading you to buy things.
By the way, I am slowly working on another RPG, maybe that you two could, or I can DM. Hopefully, with maybe if you've DM'd more than me at this point, so I might bug you now and again just for a question. It's more of deciding when to do rolls or that, pretty much. So you're not overdoing it nor underdoing it, but anyways. But I'm working.
Yeah, I'm not really the right person to ask for that because I haven't gotten that really down yet. But what I have here is the ability checks chart, and pretty much, if it's something that a character could be given to know, like for instance, when you were at the arm blade stand, since your guy's a warrior, it's sort of given that your guy knows what's a good blade and what's a crummy blade and such like that. So you were rolling there to see what you could pick up on the weapon, but the roll you made was substantially weighted to be easier than if you were, say, for instance, I don't know, a wizard who didn't know much about swords. That would be a harder roll for you. But pretty much anytime that you have to investigate or determine something, for instance, like you were saying, how much do I know when to tip this page? You could. I'm pretty sure the page told you previously, and you might have just forgotten.
Yeah, it's been a long time since you told us.
And also B as well. Your character's not local, so if you were local, then I would say maybe your guy has a chance of knowing.
Yeah, being a local boy.
Has a high chance of knowing, and if your guy has a noble background or had a knight class, subclass, I would say your guy pretty much has a guaranteed chance of knowing what that is.
But yeah, I have two possible ideas for a short D&D I'm deciding on to make, and then my other one, which I'm planning on, might, it's one of those things like the guy I was listening to on talking about D&D building is, he says, what do you call it there? You can make some short but nice ones that can still turn out really good, or short being, you don't take that much time fully building the story, or you can take he said, for example, I'm building one, and he says it's been 3 years in the making where I've just diddled and piddled, but I've, customized it out of the, I guess you could say, wing wang, or, made it a really good long story. It just took time to figure everything out. That's probably what that other one will be, but I want to hopefully do another short one. Or short one is one where I've got a nice idea, but I add stuff along the way, build it along the way.
Yeah, short ones are good, but for example, the to get to the haunted house and to battle through basically the two main floors of the haunted house without going into the basement, that should take one session.
Or I shouldn't, I guess, really say short, but I should say easily planned or planned on the go.
Getting to the haunted house and battling through the first and second floor should take 1 second. Going through the basement maybe should take a second session, and then doing the next part that you're doing, going on the boat, maybe that will take a third session, maybe even a fourth one. But at this point, you've had like 14 sessions or whatever it is, and you haven't gotten to the boat because you've gone shopping. A lot of it is because
we're a small party.
Yeah, and the story is being developed somewhat differently. I don't think in this book here they were they do imply that the adventurers can get hold of the haunted house and use it as a base, but they don't explicitly say
hotel.
Yeah, turn it into a hotel and get workers to start upgrading it and stuff like that. So
yeah, but that would be cool there. But there's two that I'm working on. The one I'll allude you guys to that I'm thinking of is I've had an interest in Roman stuff, and I was thinking of making one that takes place in somewhere in England with Roman
Roman and Britain.
Yeah, Roman Britain, and what do you call it there? Magic will be one of those worlds where depending on what class you choose, you might stand out. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
There'll be like a small amount of the population that has some amazing one, very big magical abilities, and
Yeah.
like even when we'll understand this one, maybe you can help me explain when it's like the Fire Force anime. Like there's first generation magic user, second gen, and third gen. By third gen, you're very powerful magic user. So the first gen, there's tons of people. There's like a third of the population who can use a simple magic maybe, and then second gen, there's even less, like maybe a quarter of the population who can use an even greater magic, and the third who can, a very very small proportion. We'll say maybe even 1/32 of the population who can use extraordinary magic. So what you guys would be is basically like maybe, I'm still working on this part, but a squad sent from Rome to help in the conquest of Britain, and then the main legions is run into, I guess you could say, different magical and extraordinary beasts that are holding them up, in the locals too.
If I create a character for that campaign, can I play as Julius Caesar? Can I create my character and be Julius Caesar?
No, you'd probably be half between some of the. I don't remember them off the top of my head.
More like 8 or something.
You'd be higher than a regular Roman, pleb holding a spear, but you'd be high enough up that you could,
Yeah, so not necessarily like a centurion, like a legate probably, or like a
something where, what do you call it there? That scared the shit out of me. Sorry, my bottle pops.
Your bottle popped.
When you drink, what do you call it there, a soda, and then you leave like a dent in the side of the bottle, but the soda eventually, anyways,
fixes itself.
Fixes itself magically. But yeah, you basically like a, what's the word? It's like they did for nurses in World War II. You're given all nurses were default given the rank of lieutenant. Not saying that you'd be given the equivalent in this game, but you were given a high enough rank so you could boss the lower masses around when needed.
Let's see.
But
aside from the rank and file legionary who received the base wage, there were additional ranks that came after the Marian reforms until Diocletian. The legatus. So there are various legatuses. There's also the tribunius and the prefectus, and there's also the tribuni.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out what ranks you guys will get, but basically you guys will been sent from Rome to help in the conquest of Britain with your specialized skills that most of the masses don't have.
See, and assassinate an Boudica using the dark arts and take over Roman Britain.
But yeah, that's what I was hoping, is essentially you guys go in, and then your job is to subjugate. You're not there to genocide. You're just there to take control of power. So either choose to go the good route and work with the locals, or force around the locals.
Oh, that's what I would want to be. That's what I would want to be. Under the Aquafire, the guy who holds the Legion's standard. That'd be interesting to play some sort of like, I don't even know what you could transpose, how that would be
a wizard or a warlock and use it as your staff.
Yeah, use it as a standard, and encourage the troops.
Problem is, you probably wouldn't be. You bear a stat. I forget. There's different types of standards, but you wouldn't be bearing the eagle. That's for sure. Using it as the Legion's sacred eagle. You'd probably be using some other flag or different.
A single position. The Aquafire was a single position within the Legion. The Aquafire was the Legion standard, or an Aquila eagle bearer, and was enormously important and prestigious position. Losing the Aquila was considered the greatest dishonor a Legion could endure. It had to be filled with a veteran soldier. Yeah, so basically your one job was to keep this massive Legion going in battle, and to keep it raised, to keep.
That's what I was going to say. that's one thing I was going to say to do with the story too, is you guys will start off not level 1s, but something a little bit higher, so you will be sort of veteran. It's like in Hearts of Iron, how you got everyone's at regular level and not rookies, and then you've got you guys which have maybe got somewhere in between regular and veteran, or on the lighter side of veteran, where you've seen a bit of shit, maybe in a different campaign together, and I guess you could say now that they've seen what your worth is, and you've been basically promoted and turned to specialized soldiers, discovering your, it's like basically you're shoved into the Legion, and then you realize your powers, I guess, in battle or that, and then the higher ups take notice of you and turn you into.
If this takes place in ancient time, I could play as Socrates. There we go. I could play Socrates and insult my enemies.
Oh god. But yeah, that's the goal I want to do, is something Roman. Then the same with the, I forget the word, but the Rome had the same equivalent of, if I'm right, Rome had the same equivalent of copper, silver, and gold. So
yes,
I don't have to mess around with stuff. All I want to do though is remember the names.
You would also have to, like, pretty much the weapons also are pretty easy. Are pretty easy Roman weapons, like in the game, like in D&D, of a short sword, and it's like another Roman gladius. The Celts at the time had a Celtic longsword, which is easily the longsword. Axes, spears, stuff like that, lances, all existed in Roman times. Crossbows even existed in Roman times. They actually existed since the times of Alexander the Great.
But yeah, the goal is basically, I don't know. I'd have to figure out. I'd have to do some more research of when the Romans first got into Britain and how long it took them to get their first foothold. But I wanted to put it so they've got into Britain enough that they've got a small foothold, but that it's like they've encountered, beachhead, but the Roman, and they've maybe set up a fort or two. But they're still trying to get more inland, but they've, since they're new to this land.
Mulberry Harbor to start
basically Mulberry Harbor, but yeah, it's basically, discovered not only these Celts that are Britons, I guess. Anyways, they're fighting, and then there's the few, I guess you could say, creatures that they have influence over. And same thing with them, the goal is to have the same thing, since the whole world's roughly the same in magic users. They'll have people that can use either light magic and those who can use really heavy or deadly magic, but they'll be, more powerful the rarer they are, basically.
What? Apparently I'm still looking at the Roman ranks here under the Evocatus, or how would you say that? Under the Evocatus was a veteran of the Roman army who had earned his military diploma and had chosen to re-enlist. So he was like a guy with like some sort of degree in military science and tactics.
But yeah, once I figure stuff a little bit more out, I'll work one-on-one with you with building a character.
No, that definitely sounds interesting. I'd be interested in that.
Just to say, though, on certain things, I might put caps on certain things to keep it. I want to add magic, but not go too D&D, but enough that it makes it it's still D&D, but with a little bit more realism.
Well, yeah, if you basically like the previous world that I had in our previous campaign, there wasn't magic everywhere. So I'd say it's best not to limit necessarily what the players can do. But I would say build your world around the players in that sense. Like if you have if both the players can use magic, then maybe people find that particularly fantastical that they can use magic. Like, holy cow, that guy's a Celtic druid and he can summon beasts and earth elementals to help him. Or that guy's a Persian warlock and he can have a magic genie lamp to summon genies. Like, it's like, oh my god.
Basically, you'll be the wonder soldiers. They won't be scared of you. They'll know of people like you existing, but you're few and far between.
Oh, and a mahout maybe. Maybe I could be a mahout because in D&D, a battle elephant is technically a viable mount.
Oh God!
A mahout, yes.
By the way, maybe it's under here. I'm just trying to find the Roman ranking system.
I just searched it on Wikipedia. A mahout is an elephant rider or trainer, yes.
I was just trying to see if there was something more simple. Oh, maybe there is in the pictures.
What? George Orwell's famous essay "Shooting an Elephant" has a large chapter on the relationship between an elephant and its mahout. That's a pretty weird thing to write about, but okay.
Well, and oh yeah, I was gonna say, depending on what mission that you're sent on in my story, you might receive what do you call it there, help.
I see.
I just got to find what the larger, what is it here? The larger, or sorry, smaller grouping of Roman soldiers. Some of them.
So there would be.
There'll be some missions where you'll just be sent with you and maybe
cohorts. So basically there was the Legion, which was basically like the Roman equivalent of a division. It was basically, basically an organizational unit based on a geographical area. Like you might have, for instance, the a Gallic legion, a Spanish legion, a Assyrian legion, and they'd be stationed in permanent camps around the empire in basic areas. But then you'd also have cohorts as well, which is a more tactical employment. Which I think a cohort is exactly 100 men. I think. Because I think that's what cohort means.
Don't want to give you guys exactly 100 men, but
yeah, let's see.
All like raiding party almost. Yeah, still got a bit of research to do. Yeah,
cohort. Let's see. Flogging. No, not flogging. Let's see. The rank of the centurion who directly commanded the first century of the first cohort and commanded the whole first cohort when in battle. Comprised 6th century. Each legion was divided into cohorts. Prior to this, cohorts had been tactical forces. Okay. The first century of the first cohort was called the Primus Pilis, or First Spear. Oh, I see. Legions could contain as many as 11,000 fighting men, including auxiliaries, cavalrymen, and artillery operators. Okay, Julius Caesar's legions had much fewer men. Let's see. Marian reforms enlarged the centuries to 80 men and grouped them into 6th century cohorts. Oh, so a cohort might have had 80 times 6, so it might have had okay, that's a lot more.
Let's see. Roman army organization.
6 or 5 centuries. Legions also included a cohort. A cohort generally composed 480 soldiers. Yeah, that's a lot.
Legion organization, let's see. 10 parties equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 parties equals 1 century, which is 80 men. And 2 centuries together, I'm guessing, makes a cohort. No, not a cohort.
A cohort consisted of 6 centuries, and a century is 100 men each. Because a century is 100 years.
I was looking at this thing. It's like
so a cohort is 600 men.
Sorry, 1, 2. Yeah, I misread this, but yeah, it shows 1, 2, 3, 4. God damn it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says 8 men makes